it's Khadijah here. I'm finally getting around to making another video, and trying to see what time it is. And yeah, it's taken me a minute, but I'm just really busy with school, and then I have 2 jobs and everything. And so, if you can tell by the title, today will be a story time video. For those that don't know, I'm in college at ECU, and I've been in college for what seems like a really long time. Like, I'm probably what some people would call a professional college student at this point. But yeah. Like I said, I go to ECU, and I started ECU back in 2012 and everything. And so, yeah. I feel like I have so many stories to tell about college that I'm like, why not? My family already knows anyway, and it's not about me exactly. But yeah. So I'm gonna just jump right into it. Okay, so like I said, I started ECU in 2012, and at that year, that was the first year they started where if you're a freshman, you have to stay on campus, like live in a dorm, unless you stay with, I think it was like a 25-mile radius of ECU. And at the time, like, I guess where my mom stays and everything, it was within 25 miles, so I could have stayed home, but I was like, I'm going to live in a dorm, and we're going to see how it goes. And even though, like, everybody knows I was really quiet, and I still am now, but it's just something that I really wanted to try and see how everything was going to work out. And so, yeah, so I was just so excited. And, yeah, so that whole summer I was just kind of waiting and ready, and I was just counting down the days until, like, move-in day came. And so I didn't know my roommate because I knew people that had went to ECU from my high school, but I didn't, like, know them. I just know, like, we went to the same high school, and that was that. And so, yeah, so I just kind of got roommate matched by, like, some form that you had to turn in about the things you like, you don't like, if you're, like, a morning person, if you're a late night person, if you get up early, get up late, what's your school schedule going to be like all of that, those type of things that they were asking. And so, yeah, I got roommate matched, and yeah, and I was just excited just to see who I was gonna be rooming with. And so I was just waiting on that email. And finally I got an email from, I guess, like, the housing department at ECU, and it had my roommate match up there, and I was like, it's about time. And so yeah, I looked at the name, and I was like, this is a guy's name. And I was like, Lord, they already made a mistake. And so I was like, well, maybe I should just call to make sure, because the dorm that I was in, it was called Fletcher, and it was a co-ed dorm. And I was like, well, maybe they made a mistake, so I'm gonna call just to make sure. And I called, and yeah, and they were like, yeah, I'm looking at it. It says it's a female. And I'm like, well, okay, I was just making sure, because I didn't want those problems, not just starting off. And so the next thing I do, of course, is try to get on Facebook and find this person. Just trying to figure out what kind of person they are and stuff like that. And I was just like, I was looking, and I could not find her on Facebook. Eventually, though, she found me on Facebook, and as soon as I got that friend request, I was looking at everything. I looked at her post, I looked at people's posts, like when they posted on her wall. I looked at pictures, I looked at comments, I looked at everything, like any and everything, just kind of see, like, just kind of trying to feel out what type of person she is. But you still don't know what kind of person somebody is just by looking at their stuff on Facebook, honestly. Because even I post some stuff, and it's not, like, about the kind of person I am, I guess. So, yeah. But I think it's still a good way to kind of get at least to know somebody a little bit beforehand. And so I was like, okay, she seems like a cool person, hopefully, we'll be alright. And I think, like, every so often we were kind of, like, email each other, because they gave us, like, each other's email address and phone number. And I think she said they messed up on her phone numbers. When I was trying to text her, it was the wrong number. And eventually she did text me and everything. And so we just kind of communicated a few times before school started. And yeah, everything seemed like it was going to be alright. And so move-in day finally came. I think it's like either a week before school starts or like, I don't know, like maybe, like I think move-in day was like on a Thursday. And we started school that next week, Monday or Tuesday or something like that. I don't know. So moving day came. Who helped me move in? I think my mama and my grandma helped me move in. And y'all, it was kind of a fun day, honestly. I was just so excited. And we got there to ECU and it was packed and it was so much going on. But I was just ready to kind of get started and everything. That is not the case now. But anyway. So yeah, we moved in, or we started, you know, like moving in and getting everything situated into my dorm. And y'all, I was just so excited. Like the first thing, okay, I got a boyfriend, but it was a fraternity, and I guess they were like doing, I don't really know which one to call it, I guess kind of like a service thing, but they were just helping like freshmen move in and stuff. Or not just freshmen, but whoever was moving into dorms, just trying to help them move in and everything. But yeah, I was just really excited. And yeah, it was like a couple of guys helped me move in along with my mama and grandma, because, you know, it was just us three and I had a whole bunch of mess. And, you know, my grandma, she didn't need to be like helping me move all that mess in either way. So, yeah. So we got everything moved upstairs to my dorm. I think I was on like the 3rd floor of like a 4-floor building or something like that. And so yeah. We were just kind of, when I got there, my roommate, she hadn't gotten there yet. And I think I tried to text her beforehand just to see if she was there. But either, I don't know, eventually she texted me, but when we got there, she wasn't there. So I was the first person, and of course, I picked the bed closest to the window. But yeah, so we did that. And my mom and grandma, they were just helping me unpack stuff. And we even went like semi-grocery shop, not really grocery shopping because it was a dorm and you can only do so much in there. So it was kind of like snacks and stuff like that and drinks. And yeah, so things were going okay. Honestly, I can't remember if my roommate got there before my mom and grandma left or after. I feel like it was after though. But yeah. So I think my mom and grandma had left and everything, and I was like, oh, they're gone. Like, they didn't even stick around, y'all. Like, I feel like a whole lot of other parents, they like stuck around, they walked around, and they like visited, like just kind of toured the campus with student and everything. My mom was like, I don't blame her though. And I think my grandma had to go to work too. But yeah, so I was there by myself at this point, and I think like literally probably like, I don't know, 20-30 minutes, I'm thinking like after my mama and grandma left, is when my roommate came. And honestly, I can't remember if she said it was like her, I don't know if she lived with her aunt, and I don't know if that was her parents, I don't know. I can't remember. But either way, she came in and she seemed so freaking nice, y'all. Like, it wasn't even that she was really nice, she was just kind of chill. And like her parents or guardians, whoever, they were like really nice people, kind of like really reserved, and I was like, okay. And that should have been a clue right there, like, But yeah, so, oops. So yeah, they moved in and everything, or she moved in and everything, they were helping her move in. And I asked if she needed help, stuff like that, but she said, you know, she was good. And, yeah, let me make sure this camera is still recording. So camera's still recording. But yeah. Okay, so she moved in and it was like, it was just a really long time, y'all. Like, okay. Yeah, so her parents or whoever helped her move in, and I asked her if she needed help just to make sure. And you know, they were like they were good and everything. And so yeah, I thought, you know, we were gonna get along pretty well. She seemed nice and cool and not like over the top, which I can't, I'm sorry y'all, but I can't stand it. Like, I'm too quiet to to handle all that. And you know, so yeah, first night came, and I think that was the first night we went to the dining hall. And y'all, I chose my dorm based off of where the dining hall was. Like, I got the dorm that was directly beside the dining hall because I'm like, I'm a fat, but I can't help it. I like to eat. But anyway, so yeah, that first night we went to the dining hall together, and it was awkward, y'all. I don't know her. I'm sorry, but it was awkward. I tried. So yeah, went to the dining hall. The dining hall, y'all, they got some good food. West End Dining Hall at ECU. If you're around, you should try it. But yeah, so we went and ate that night, and everything was fine. I think like the next couple of days we like barely talked, or we barely saw each other because she was going a lot, I guess, or she got in touch with like some other people within the dorm, and I was quiet and chill. I didn't really get out and went to like go to the stuff that was like within our dorm kind of things, which they tell you your first couple of weeks, your first year is the time for you to make friends, and they were not lying. Like, this is like my 5th year at ECU, and I don't know nobody, but it's okay. So yeah, yeah, that following week, you know, school started and everything, and I think, I don't know, it's a lot different now. I'm so tired of ECU, but anyway, so yeah, school started, that week went by. And that was that one time, that like first day, second day, or whatever, was the only time we went to the dining hall together and ate together, like at all. Like, that was it. I was like, okay, that's cool. So yeah, a lot of the time I just went to the dining hall, got my food, and I just brought it back to my dorm because they have like little carry out trays, you can do that. But yeah, so the weekend comes, and I don't think I did anything. I think I just stayed on campus that weekend. Yeah, but for a while, I did go home like almost every weekend, but I did try to stay on campus. But yeah, I think it was like a Friday night or a Saturday night. I can't remember. Friday or Saturday night. And I was knocked out, y'all. I couldn't even remember if she was there when I went to sleep. I don't think she was. I think she was going out that night with some other people in the dorm. And I was asleep, and I was knocked out, y'all. But a lot of the time I toss and turn at night. And so that particular night I was kind of like rolling over. And whenever I'm like kind of like in the middle of rolling over stuff, I can kind of like hear what's going on. It's kind of like I wake up for a second. And so I'm like in the middle of like tossing and turning and rolling over. And I hear some noises, y'all. And I'm like, what the heck is that? Like, I'm still like half asleep, eyes closed. And I'm like, what the heck is that? And so I keep hearing it, and I'm like, I know she not. Like, is this for real? So y'all, I kind of slightly, you know, incognito roll over a little bit. And I look, and I see them covers moving. Like, y'all, okay, this is going to be kind of hard. But if I'm like right here, like my bed is like right here, then it's my desk, her desk, and then her bed. And I was like, them sheets is kind of moving. And I see, well, I'm pretty sure I saw, it was a guy over there. And I'm like, I know this, I know not. Like, y'all, I didn't live like, I wasn't like sheltered or anything. Like, I know. But I was like, are you for real? Yo, I ain't even gonna lie, like, I did not know what to do. So I was like, I was just thinking in my mind, like, oh my God, I can't believe, like, she really doing this right now. So yeah, if you can't figure it out by now, she was over there having sex with some guy. Yeah. I was like, for real though? Okay. Literally, I was like, I swear I didn't know what to do. And apparently, maybe like, I don't know, 2 minutes later, like 2-3 minutes, like probably like 2 minutes. That was like a long 2 minutes in my opinion. But I swear it really wasn't that long. Maybe like a minute, even a minute or two later. Like, I guess they were stopping or whatever. And I kind of like pretended like I was like fully asleep. And so I think she got up and she left. she left and some random guy's over there laying down. And I'm like, are you for real? Like, I don't, like, So, I got up, like, after she left, like, a few minutes later. I'm like, is she coming back in here? Like, Y'all, I can't, and I can talk about it now and laugh about it, but before, ooh, that girl, Lord have mercy. So, yeah. So, a few minutes later, I'm like, okay, she ain't came back in here yet. I'm about to go to the bathroom or something. Like, I don't know, but I'm not staying in here with this guy. So, I got up and I left and I went to the bathroom. Like, I stayed in the bathroom for as long as I could. And I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure she's back by now. So then, a little while later, I go back into the room. At this point, the freaking, like, room lights are on. He's sitting there on her bed. And I'm like, okay. Like, okay. So I just go over to my bed and I just kind of sit there like I'm on my phone or whatever. And y'all, this guy starts talking to me like, I don't even know you. And he just starts talking to me all casual and junk. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, hey, how you doing? My name is such and such. What's your name? And I'm like, I told him my name, y'all, but it was so freaking awkward. Like, anyway, I don't know what my roommate was thinking. But yeah. And so, yeah, he just started talking like random stuff. He was just like, where are you from? And he told me where he was from. And like, he even asked if I had a boyfriend, y'all. Like, for real. So yeah. I figured, like, I think after some point my roommate came back in. And when she came back in, y'all, she had two of her friends, I guess she said, from back home. Because I remember she said that she was going to have two friends that were going to, like, spend the night from back home or something like that. And I was like, okay, fine, whatever, I don't really care. And so now she has this random guy who I think she met somewhere. And then her two friends sleeping on the floor. I'm like, are you for real? Like, are you serious? And so, yeah, they were so loud too, like, yeah, I don't know. So eventually, that night went on and everybody fell asleep and I was just on my phone texting my boyfriend at the time because he was, I think he was at AIT, like Advanced Individual Training or whatever, and I was texting him telling him what's going on, like, oh my god, this is what happened, I can't wait for you to get back, and all this other junk. And so, yeah, so we did that. We went to sleep and everything. And I woke up the next morning and the guy was gone. And her two friends, they were still asleep on the floor or whatever. And then like a few minutes later, everybody was kind of just waking up. And they were over there talking and junk. And I was just sitting there. And of course, I was listening. I mean, I'm sitting right there while I'm not going to listen. So they were talking. And my roommate was like, they were talking about the guy at that point, like how he stunk, or how he didn't smell good and all this other mess and like a whole bunch of other stuff. I'm like, are you really saying the guy you just had sex with like did not smell great but you just had sex with him, so what does that say about you? Like, for real? I don't know. It was, y'all, that first week was like, oh my god. And so then after that I was done. I just couldn't believe it. And so I think like either the next day or something, the next day after that or something like that, I went and talked to my RA, like my resident advisor or whatever. And she was like, oh my god, I can't believe it happened, like, or especially already. It's only been like a week. And so, yeah, I talked to her about that and she was like, well, just let me know what you want to do, if you want to switch roommates, if like whatever the case was. And so later on that day, another girl who was already living in my dorm, she came to me, or she knocked on my door and was like, she just introduced herself like, hey, I'm such and such. I just want to see if I could talk to you for a minute. And I was like, sure, come in. And we sat and started talking and everything. And apparently she was having problems with her roommate. And obviously I was having problems with mine. And yeah. And so at that point, she was like, so I talked to Ashley, which was our RA at the time. She was like, I talked to Ashley, and she said if we want, we could be roommates and all this junk. I'm like, well, you know what? That's cool. You don't like your roommate, I don't like mine's. So yeah. Eventually, like, I didn't even tell my roommate, like what was going on. I mean, I feel like she should have known better anyway. I didn't even say nothing to her. But yeah. So we both went, like, and y'all, like, my new roommate, she was the best roommate ever. That's a whole different story too. Like, yeah, she was great. Like, we had a lot in common anyway. And so, we went to our RA and talked to her. I was like, okay, yeah, we want to be roommates because we can't stand our roommates right now. And that's how we became roommates. I didn't tell my roommate. It was just kind of like my RA told her, like, hey, you're moving out of this room, you're moving into another room, kind of thing like that. And the thing is, my new roommate, her room was like right across the hall. So either way, I was still going to see my old roommate a lot anyway. So that was kind of awkward. That was awkward for a while. But I was like, I don't really care, you made it awkward. So, and yeah, like I said, that's how I got my new roommate. And yeah, after that, it was, after that, it was fine. My new roommate, she was one of the best roommates like I've ever had. And yeah, like when I tell you she was a good roommate, like that same year, like later on that year, I had to get my wisdom teeth taken out, and she was like, you know what, I'm going home this weekend. Is there anything you want? Anything you want my mom to make? Because she knew I could only eat like literally like a few things. Like, yeah, she just really cared. And so yeah, that's how my first two to 3 weeks of being a freshman at ECU went. And yeah, it was definitely an experience. And so yeah, I hope you guys like this video. I didn't realize I had my hair like this so much, but yeah. So yeah, like I said, I hope you guys like this video. You know, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share it, like it, whatever. Just let me know what you guys think. I'll actually be back. Hopefully I'm making another video this week, and then it'll get posted maybe like 2 or 3 days after this video gets posted, because I suck at editing videos, y'all. Like, it's so complicated. But yeah. Or it's not that complicated, I just make it complicated. I'm sorry, I saw, like, I don't know, I saw something flying. Anyway, so yeah, like it, subscribe it, share it, let me know what you guys think. And I will be see, I had my head really again. So I'll be seeing you guys next time, and yeah, yeah, that's it.